person fast.
Is Uncle Fred actually here? Thank you, Uncle Fred. Was that a great meal or what? Welcome to our very cold corner of the state. I am very sorry about the weather. We tried, they didn't listen, but I'm very, very glad you're here. Thank you so much for the work you've done the last couple days. I know it is not easy, but you are done, you can relax, you've had a wonderful dinner, and now you get to hear a speech from an accountant, which I know is just what you wanted. So my name is Christy. I'm serving as your state auditor. I'm about 5 years in. In that role, I'm essentially the chief accountant for the state. So I keep track of all the money going in, going out. Every check comes out of my office. We do a lot of public records requests. So when Chuck gets, when we get all the public records requests about Chuck's legal fees, we usually answer, no, there wasn't any in a day. So it typically takes us a day to get those out. My goal in those roles that you elected me to do, my goal is to be three things: boring, reliable, transparent. It's funny, we all come up and we give these speeches, and Chuck talks about elections, and that's super exciting, and Kurt's got billions of dollars, and that's exciting, and Megan gets to talk about education, and that's exciting, and I get to talk about spreadsheets. So anyway, again, it's exciting. My goals are to be boring, reliable, and transparent. So I really enjoy working on the SLID and the land board. I believe that Kurt brought this up, but one of the things that has really come up as a consistent problem over the last 5 years is the way we do our grazing leases and making sure we get those right. It is really difficult, and we are often deciding rancher versus rancher. And we need a little more flexibility, and we need to make sure we're doing that job well, so we're working really hard there. I'm really excited about the speaker tonight, and I don't want to take up that much time. So thank you again. It's really, really good to see all of you, especially from sort of the farther flung corners of the state. Thank you so much for driving here, and please have a safe travels home tomorrow.
Appreciate what you do in that office, Christy. Now, I believe for the Superintendent of Public Instruction, we have Dickie Schanor here on her behalf. I think Megan had a family wedding to go to, so she had a booth at the trade show. She's been doing a lot for parental rights in the education field, but I will let Dickie make those remarks on her behalf.
Thank you, Chairman Ethorn. As he stated, my name is Dickie Schanor, and I have the honor of serving as Chief of Staff to State Superintendent Megan Dagenfelder. And before I read her letter, Mr. Chairman, I just want to compliment you on one heck of a convention today. It was very well run, so you and your team did a good job. So Megan is at a wedding this evening, and she wrote a letter that I will read to you now. Good evening, fellow Wyoming Republicans. I'm sorry to not be in attendance tonight in person as I have a wedding to attend, but it is wonderful to see all of you during the festivities on Thursday and Friday. As your Republican State Superintendent of Public Instruction, I continue in my second year of office to prioritize what I believe are the most important things in education. That's the rights of parents, job preparation, and patriotism in schools. We've achieved a lot over the past year to improve parental rights, and there's still much to do. I released statewide library material guidance for districts because sexually explicit material has absolutely no place in schools. launched a transparency initiative that we will continue to work with districts to adopt to allow parents to easily access what their children are learning. And we released assessment and school performance data in a more transparent way than ever, so that it can be used as a tool for parents and community members to understand how their schools are performing. I worked with the legislature to finally move the needle on school choice in Wyoming with the passage of the historic education savings account legislation. And we now, for the first time in Wyoming, have state authorized charter schools and a voucher program for private education. And while these choice options are not yet as robust as I would like, it's a great start. And lastly, we finally got a law in the books protecting biological women's sports and for parental rights of student health records. This is exciting progress, but there's still so much to do. Even just as yesterday, we saw the Biden administration release new rules on Title IX. We see DEI programs in higher education, even at our own University of Wyoming. And student surveys and much more. The rights of parents should not be controversial. They are fundamental and constitutional, and I will never stop fighting for them. As for job preparation, we are partnering with other education leaders across the state to pilot competency-based learning and more work-based and career technical education opportunities. This is a significant shift in how we educate students. And lastly, stay tuned for some exciting news about my plan to bring back patriotism to schools, including curriculum options for teachers that meet our state standards and center around our great country and not things like CRT. And in closing, isn't it just common sense that parents be the #1 decision maker for their child? And that we can prepare every kid for jobs. That the university can do great things without a DEI office. And there's no time in our school day to be dividing kids by race and celebrating victimhood. They need to be learning how to read and do math.
Amen.
So as always, I will continue to fight for common sense values in Wyoming, and I will continue to fight for you.